Appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Marcus.
Enjoy the race.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you so good. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Hi. Hello. You and going?
Yeah. All right, we're joined by Indystar's sports columnist, Gregg Doyel. Gregg, thanks for joining us this morning here on Pit Pass Live.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Hello.
So as we come into this race, I guess the first thing I'm curious about, so many things to follow. You're here wanting to follow kind of the top stories of what's going on. What things do you have your eyes on today?
Well, Kyle Larson. And I've been fascinated by, and I didn't know this, I'm not a NASCAR expert, I'm an IndyCar expert, but I didn't know how good he was. Like, I know he's good. I didn't know that. I mean, you keep getting quotes, and you've been getting the quotes. Oh, he's a top 3 to 5 driver I've ever seen. Like Jeff Gordon said that.
Yeah.
So apparently he's just a savant. So I'm really curious to see what he does. But otherwise, we cover sports in large groups. The Star does. Well, Pacers game, you, me, whatever. And I always tell folks, they ask me, what are you going to write so they can maybe stay away from it? And I'm like, I'm writing this. I'm writing this. So I don't even know the whole thing, everything. There's a guy with a hot dog over there. I'll probably talk to him in a minute.
So, your pregame ritual. How do you get ready for race day?
Well, I don't sleep much.
That's what Doug said earlier.
Doug said he didn't sleep at all.
At
I hope
all.
you at least got a little bit of rest.
I think I got 5 hours.
Now
maybe.
I can see Doug. I mean, yeah. Well, the Pacers played last night.
I know.
I was
So
there.
it's tough. And then I've got a dog I got to walk in the morning. My dog, my cap. Follow me on Instagram if you want dog pictures. But yeah, this is just it's a slog. Really, it's a slog. You get here at 7 a.m. Got here at 7, 6 hours before the race starts. The media lot was full.
Yeah.
And the media lot is large. So I'm parking with the commoners, which means the commoners are parking with me, and I feel really bad for them, but they are. So then it's a matter of how much coffee can I drink until the race starts. But the funnest part for me is walking on the track when they allow us on before the race, and the cars are all lined up. And they just look like really large Matchbox cars that I played with as a kid. I mean, they don't look real. It's hard to imagine that thing is going to go 240. That's mind-blowing to be right there. And every now and then I walk by and I might put a little fingerprint on there. So I don't know if I'm slowing down somebody. My smudge just slowed you down.
I know, they're all polished up. They really, like, I don't know how to describe it or what it is, but they just look different in practice when they're in the garages versus when they're out there on race day. I don't know if they use a special polishing thing to get them all ready for the race, but it is very interesting.
Well, you get caught up in the atmosphere too, the sun and the people, and you just kind of realize this is really happening. This is happening.
What moment of the pre-race cadence really kind of gets you going? Is there a part that you kind of always get to in the hour or so lead up to the race where it really starts to kind of set in of what we're about to experience?
For me, it's the flyover. The flyover is just, we're in the media tower over there, and there's big glass windows so you can see the track. You can kind of look up a little bit and see the sky, and I'm always out there looking up, and it's hard not to get a little choked up. I'm an emotional type anyway, so I'll cry at the drop of a hat, but it's hard not to get choked up when you see that, and you know that there's 300,000 people. You can hear them cheering. For America, for us, for the moment, whatever. And it's that is I'm getting chills. That is my favorite. There's my hair standing up. That is my favorite moment of the day until the flag drops, and then all of a sudden, and they're like snakes doing this, and I think it's great.
Yeah, for me, it's back home again in Indiana. Just being a native Hoosier, that always really hits me. I'm interested to see, Mackenzie, you being a native Hoosier, this is your first 500, what that is like for you. It's hard to really describe just the pomp and circumstance, the emotions, the silence followed by roars of clapping and cheering, and the flyover. I'm excited to see how you experience that and what that's like for you today.
I know I really can't wait. So far, the buildup has been amazing.
This is your first one?
Yes, sir.
It's one of those things that you have to do it once. Everybody says
exactly.
But then once you do it once, well, then you got to do it twice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then I might as well do it 3 times. I'll just keep coming back until they tell me I can't come anymore.
Yeah. I've covered Super Bowls, finals games, but to think that 350,000 people are going to be here, that's mind blowing to me.
Today, this is the second largest city in Indiana. It's mind-blowing.
Lord.
Inside, like literally inside the gates. It's wild to think about. Doug mentioned that in the press conference on Wednesday. It's easy to forget, but it's a great way to put into perspective how many people are here.
And also, their first time here, you look out there. There's a golf course out there. There's
that's what I said.
And I saw some graphic where they could put like 18,000 Jerry Worlds inside this facility, and it's shocking how large it is, and I'm still not used to that. I'll never get used to it.
I think maybe I don't know if it was the Pacers or IMS yesterday posted like 32 Gainbridge field houses that you could fit inside, like literally in the infield or around the track. It's, I don't know.
Ridiculous.
You could make a whole weird. You can come up with some really weird combinations of what you can fit in
And
here.
14 billion cans of beer, and they do that every year. Actually.
Just about, as you will see on Monday morning when the folks come out here to clean everything up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Nathan and I are going to talk predictions towards the end of the show, but I want to know for you, who do you think is going to come in first, second, and third?
I think Alexander Rossi is. I mean, we've seen him win. I think he's a savant. I think he's a guy. I think he's a big race guy. You know, some people can just turn it on when they have to. He turns it on here, and he is ticked off. Alexander Rossi is already mad. He's starting the race mad. He's mad at Penske. He's mad that they got the front row. He's mad they cheated or whatever we're calling it. He's mad at all of it. Alexander Rossi mad is a scary, scary person behind the wheel because he's going to do some things. I mean, he's going to do some dangerous stuff out there. He's going to get away with it because he's Rossi. He's that good. So he's my guy.
He's your guy.
Second and third, who do you think is going to be battling with Rossi for the win here down the stretch?
Will Power to me has that look on his face. I mean, he always does, and that face scares me too. But him and Larson, I like Larson. I just love Larson. It's why I'm bad at mock NCAA brackets. Like, I'm terrible at brackets because I always go with who do I want to win, or more importantly, who do I want to lose, and you know who you are. But I want Larson to do well. I want him to do well. Therefore, I think he will do well. We'll see. But it's fun to be – I get to be a fan here. You know, I don't get to cover the Colts and Pacers and be a fan. I want our city to do well. Yeah. It's good for me if the Pacers are in the playoffs, but I'm not a homer on a day-by-day basis. But here, I'm just a fan watching all these guys race. It's awesome.
Cool.
Well, man, we appreciate you joining. Good luck. Hopefully the rain passes over us. You stay dry.
Well, I got to go have my 9th cup of coffee now.
Thanks for joining us, Greg.
Thank you. Well, guys, up next we have Dryer and Rainbow Q6. Connor Daly joining us. He will be here very soon. I'm excited. This dude is a Twitch streamer. He's got his own podcast.
He does a little bit of everything. He races. He'll be able to explain. But it's like he races rally cars. He over the fall and earlier this year. He kind of just does a little bit of everything. He ran the Daytona 500 last year.